the entertainment business at Autodesk, we're extremely focused on workflow and on performance for our products. It's very important that our suite, we view our suite as complete production environment. And the challenge that we hear from our customers is the ability to make decisions very early in the process. But to make a creative decisions, you need to have a good sense of what you're going to get. So that's why we have all of those capabilities that aim at making creative decisions very early in the pipeline. So it translates into the first thing is speed everywhere. So when you start the 2013 releases, you should notice that they're all much faster across the board. They do a better usage of new hardware, new GPUs, and all those things. And we've taken interactive capabilities to the next level. A good example is the Viewport 2.0 inside of Maya. We added a lot of rendering features in there, just motion blur, ambient occlusion, because the idea is you can animate, for example, in the context of the lighting that's pretty close to the final, so that you can judge and catch problems much earlier in the process. So it's a lot of those features in 2013 that aim at improving the efficiency of the overall process. We've invested a lot in interoperability between the suite. One of the new capabilities of 2013 is the Max and Maya interoperability. I mean, suppose you want to do a production, some of the guys know Max very well, some of the other guys know Maya. First, all you need to buy is our new Ultimate Suite. It has Max, Maya, and all the other products built into them, and then you can start animating in Maya, continue in Motion Builder if you have mocap, and you can finish as a cat rig inside of Max. So, it's a lot of complex math, but at the end of the day, it's very natural. Why would you not do that if you could? So we've been investing a lot in under the hood, technology to make sure that data exchange is transparent all the way through the most complex use case, which is character animation. In Maya, we added some very, very powerful skinning tools using heat diffusion technology to make sure that basically it's kind of like magic. It's the automatic skinning gets it right a lot more time than it used to be using these new techniques. And there's a lot of advanced feature, like Maya is very used in previs, for example, where you need to animate a lot of content very quickly. So we have those 3D animation curves when you can preset, I want this to be there at that frame. So there's a lot of those tools that you'll find throughout the package. Part of the suite experience is to be able to for this to be intuitive. So you've noticed throughout the years that we're having all of our products converge to very similar UI. They all use the same icons. As I mentioned, some of the editors are the same, the vocabulary is the same, and we have hotkeys that you can switch so that users can, you're in Maya, you start using Motion Builder, and you don't even think so much about it because it's very familiar, it's very similar. It's already, we're starting to see a lot of our customers use cloud computing. We don't have any specific announcement today for web services, but we give you a glimpse during the presentation. For example, at the character generator, they will be available as part of Autodesk 360, which comes with our subscription advantage program for our subscription customers. And you can expect us to roll out a number of services this year. But in media and entertainment, data tends to be very heavy, and the computing requirements are very high, so that's why we're making sure that we're taking our time to release them to make sure they're properly calibrated for production work. But as we say, the cloud is good for finding things, for connecting people, and for crunching numbers. So you can expect to see stuff happening in all those three areas. So the mobile application is very interesting because we look at it as a proving ground. I mean, you can do the test yourself. You can run Mudbox on a PC, or you can run Sculpt 3D on an iPad. And today the difference is striking and obvious. But the iPad has been increasing in capability, and we think it's not going to be too long until we have the kind of a hardware on those devices. So what we're trying to do now is get ready for that moment. So we do a lot of investment in mobile app development. Right now they're focused at what we call our consumer group, but they're focused at everyone. But the thing is, we want to retain the ease of use, which is the concept of those devices, and then we want to bring, as the hardware progresses, we want to bring the right level of capabilities. as you know, I mean, we all for the standardization of processes. What I think is what is important now is, and by processes I mean, like previs or virtual production or running a virtual art department in 3D. So we think it's important to standardize. Once we reach a certain level of standardization, I think the door will open to workflow management solutions. So you heard today Autodesk 360 has, our PLM products for the manufacturing world. That technology could be relevant for the media entertainment customers, and we're actually talking to our customers. What they're telling us is there is a need for a tool, especially at the front end of the pipeline. When you are iterating on the script, VFX breakdown and all this work, when you're still working on the story. So we think that there will be an opportunity there, but I think we still have problems to solve. We still have to be able to provide a good visualization of the project in the early stages to make good creative decisions and to save money by capturing the problems early. So I think we still have a lot of work to do on viewing before we can actually enter the management, but we'll get there, and the day we want to get there, Autodesk has all of this fantastic technology. But we see a need also for multi-user collaboration in production, like not so much on the cloud, but work group collaboration. We see, I was mentioning, especially if you think about previs or virtual production, you are working, you are the heart of a creative process, so there is no time. You need to iterate, try, change. So there is only so much that one user can do. So that's why we're looking at solutions to expand multi-user workflow so that multiple people can contribute to any given scene and respond to the request of a director or somebody. So definitely a very important axis of development for us. Two aspects for me that are very important is simplify the process of deploying software. And especially when you want to fix a bug, on the cloud, between the time you find the bug and you can make the fix available, it's 3 days. In the world of desktop software, it can be 3 months or 6 months. So that's number one. Number two is this ability as well to meter the usage and be able to implement new business models so that our customers can implement a pay-per-use model. So it's not something we're announcing today, but definitely things that we have in our mind because it corresponds to the way our users also want to do business. There are a lot of fixed costs in our industry, and if you were able to kind of move to a variable cost and on per project cost, I think it would be a step forward, particularly for the bigger companies.